Lakers don't have a coach yet. Who are they waiting for?
I don't know. There's a lot. Try to get a read in the Lakers. There's a lot of Mark Jackson talk that's out there right now. I'm not really buying that because I don't think that Rob Pelinka wants to hire Mark Jackson. I don't know which direction they're going to go. They want a veteran coach. I know that. I don't know which veteran coach is out there. Quinn Snyder, he had his end of the season availability earlier this week and didn't exactly confirm he'd be back. Wasn't there. And I think Quinn Snyder would rocket towards the top of the list if he became a coaching free agent. He's got the relationship with the Buss family from his time coaching in South Bay, and he's not a championship coach, but an established coach. So I think Quinn Snyder would be up there, but I don't think they're very close to making that hire. I mean, Dan, did you read Plaschke's column with Jeannie Buss this week? Did you look at that? Did you hear what Jeannie said in that column?
No.
Well, it was interesting. She's basically admitted to fielding all this advice from all the people we thought she was fielding advice from Magic Johnson, from Phil Jackson, to having unflinching faith in this front office. It was wild because, my biggest criticism of the Lakers, Linda Rambis, Kurt Rambis, the people there, like my biggest criticism of the Lakers is that they are the marquee franchise in the NBA and they are being run like a mom and pop outfit, that they are not going out there and looking for the best and the brightest. Like Kurt Rambis has decades of experience in the NBA, but almost none of it is good experience. Like his years as an NBA coach were not successful. And to be taking advice from Phil Jackson, who was an excellent coach, but a horrifyingly bad general manager, like is wild. Magic Johnson quit on the team and is still lobbing grenades at the team from the first take desk. Like, I just don't understand. Like, this is an organization that has the resources to go to Oklahoma City and say, here's a blank, here's one of those Publishers Clearinghouse checks, Sam Presti. You fill in the number. And saying, Sam, you run our organization. Now, I don't know if he'd take it. I kind of assume he would because it's the Lakers. But they won't do it. And I don't understand that. Like, if you're going to look for why the Lakers can't work their way back into championship contention, it's because they keep making these bizarre decisions that empower Kurt Rambis, that involve Linda Rambis in an interesting way, that involve Rob Pelinka's. He said this. Rob Pelinka's basketball operations staff includes 2 members of the Buss family, not even Jeannie, 2 other members of the Buss. I just don't get it. I don't get why, if you're the Lakers, you're not operating more like the Clippers. Like, you look at the Clippers front office, Lawrence Frank's a basketball lifer, but he's surrounded by really smart guys, whether it was Michael Winger, Trent Redden, even bringing in my good friend Lee Jenkins to play a role in that front office. Like, they're just operating. The Clippers operate like a functional big market franchise, and the Lakers operate like something else. And I don't really understand why.
Yeah, those are great points. You start to look at this, and we want to blame Russell Westbrook for last year. Okay, you can blame him. What about all the other years where you didn't do anything other than you won the title in the bubble? I mean, this is a decade. Going back to Kobe, where you got to go out and see Kobe, and that was it. They become a losing franchise, which is amazing to be. They're almost like the Dallas Cowboys in a sense that they're so popular, we keep waiting for them to win, or the Yankees. Every year, Yankees haven't done anything. Cowboys haven't done anything. The Lakers haven't done anything except for the bubble title.
Yeah, and people think I praise Danny Ainge too much sometimes, but like, Danny Ainge would have traded Kobe in a heartbeat. Danny Ainge would have let Kobe walk or whatever. He would never have allowed those last 2 years to take place where it was just the Kobe show. And that, like you said, that was it. I just don't understand it. Like, this is, like, Lakers fans don't want to hear this either, but you overpaid for Anthony Davis. Like, you had leverage, because AD only wanted to go to LA, and you gave up the store to go get Davis. I just don't understand it. Like, this is, I appreciate Jeannie Buss respecting loyalty and wanting to keep that inner circle tight, especially when it's filled with like a Laker legend like Magic, and Phil Jackson's got a lot of equity within that organization. But, you've got to put all that aside. You've got to hire the very best and empower the very best to do that job. That's not what the Lakers are doing. And ultimately, if this team doesn't succeed in the next 3 or 4 years, that's probably going to be the reason why.